Here is the promise that if we abide in the Most High, in the Almighty, if we dwell with him, that he will take us under his wings. And I want you to think of the cross of Christ. I can't help but see the wings being depicted in the cross. He says, come to the cross. Come to the cross. Rest in me. Bring all that you have, all that you are to me. Come to me on the cross and then walk with me out of the empty tomb. This is what we are given. And when that happens and it becomes personal, we're also going to receive courage. He's going to give us the courage to live in the midst of the storm. Listen to verse 5. You will not be afraid of the terror by night. Guess what? There is terror in the night. There is terror in the night. Some of you say, you don't have to tell me, Pastor Jeff. I know what it is just to try to get through a night. Whether it's the temptations to be drawn out into the street, or it's the demonic that seems to come in and slip into my very mind. I know that there is terror in the night. God's word validates the reality of the terror in the night, because you will not be afraid of the terror in the night or the arrow that flies by day. There are enemies that are on the attack and in broad daylight will try to take you out with spiritual arrows. And he says you won't have to be afraid of those either. Verse 6, of the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, the unforeseeable, the germ warfare that's out there, that has the ability to take you out. You need not fear. You need not fear. Or of the destruction that lays waste at noon. Again, the high burning sun. Just that steady pressure. Somebody says, I don't see what's going on. You know what? If you just sit under that burning sun and you're not nourished, if you're not receiving the living water that you need, just the presence of the burning sun will wither you to death. Here we're told you will not need to be afraid of the terrors in the night, the arrows during the day, the germs that stalk in the darkness, or the destruction that comes through the steady pressure of the noon sun. You can trust always. Listen to verse 7 and 8. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not approach you. You will only look on with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. You will see it happen. There will be thousands, tens of thousands. But you, as you dwell in the shelter of the Most High and abide in the shadow of the Almighty, no matter what you see going on around you, you need not be afraid. You can trust. That's not to say that you won't have difficulty in the short term. You know what? 50 to 100 years? Yeah, these could be really difficult times. But you don't need to worry when you realize that at 100 billion years, we haven't scratched the surface of the warm-up for the beginning. We have been promised that if we will dwell in the shelter of the Most High and abide in the shadow of the Almighty, that we need fear nothing.